Hello Sly family, mulatosly here, and people, today I bring you a new video. So make sure you still like and join the Cooper Nation. So with this out of the way, let's just kick it off with the video.
What up, people? Today it's Friday and I got a new theory. So, last week we covered together the Clockwerk and Sly Common friends theory. So, what if they were friends at some point of their lives? Although, in this past week I was discussing with the Sly family in the Amino app. So, this is a theory that I pointed out to the table, and then me, Vivi, Computer Cat, Colin, a lot of people decided to come in and discuss this theory with me. And we had some good stuff, we had some bad stuff, and then we combined everything. And this is why I decided to make this video. Now, today's theory is, what if Clockwerk was related to the gods? I'm not talking it was actually a god, but what if you had some kind of relation to the royal family, maybe a pharaoh, or he was just an advisor. Now, this is the theory of today. It will be awesome if you guys could join the Sly family if you're not there already. And with this out of the way, let's just kick it off with a video. Quick shout out to Sly Vecaloid for this awesome Sly animated. And let's kick it off with the theory itself. So I was playing some Band of Thieves, and last week we did the Friends theory. But I got another freebie that I was putting out in the community, and this is what we got. In Sly 2, we are playing in Cairo, so we're basically in Egypt already. In Sly 4, we end in Egypt. So what could this mean, guys? I think there's a connection here. Clockwerk is from ancient Egypt, according to this Sly Common picture. What if he was his friend, and at some point they decided not to be friends anymore, and he's telling him for revenge? But taking that out of the way, going back into Egypt, in the prologue we see some very funny pictures that you can see right now. We see some reference to the Fetish 5. We even see an artwork of Sir Riley. Now this guy could be Sir Riley, or it could even be Sir Riley's dad. But nevertheless, we see another thing that I found interesting. During the entire prologue, in the beginning where you have the dinosaur, in the middle where we have Murray, and at the very end where we are almost at the Clockwerk parts, we see these symbols. Now we see some two symbols, and we see these birds. Now what could this mean? Now in the community, Mul said that these symbols represent death, that the owl in ancient Egypt represents death. Now, Clockwerk is an owl, so what if Clockwerk was like a death symbol? Now, what could mean a death symbol in ancient Egypt? Maybe the pharaohs. The pharaohs had a huge impact in the society of Egypt. Maybe a pharaoh was a corrupted one. That's why Common and his Common sons and grandsons steal from corrupt pharaohs and greedy noblemen, as the reference says in Sly and the Phoebus Raccoonus. Now, another interesting thing I found was this statue. This statue resembles a bird, and my own theory was, what if Clockwerk was descendant of the pharaoh, was the son or related to the pharaoh? Although Vivi in the community pointed out that it's only a statue and is more of a human-like statue. So this is kind of scrapped out of the table. But then another guy said, what if he's not bloodlined, but he's an advisor? What if this Clockwerk guy is the advisor of the pharaoh? Now this makes a lot of sense in my opinion, because I think they're related in some way, but it doesn't explain why does he hate the Cooper so much. In the Friends theory, I said that Sly Common didn't help him escape jail, and he was left out in the jail. And the castle being humongous, he cannot enter, so he was left there for years until a necromancer brainwashed him. Although, in this Pharaoh theory, what if the Pharaoh was the necromancer, or the Clockwerk itself, Clockwerk's related family, was necromancers itself, and at some point Sly Common had to finish the job and kill the related or loved one of Clockwerk therefore he aiding the gang for entire generations. But there isn't one more thing. He turned a robot to kill all the Coopers. Now, there's a funny thing here. Why would he actually be willing to turn robot, willing to turn immortal, just to hunt down a family for generations until the end of the world, pretty much? Why would he do that? And who would have the power to turn himself into a robot? Now, in the community, more people said very interesting things, and one of them was that Dr. M was related or involved in some way to the Sly's parents' death. As you can see from this picture on the screen, Muck Sweeney in the comic issue number 2 says, "Things got a little tense right after you were born." And in the Sly 3, Dr. M says that Connor was not a good friend towards him. He was just using him. Now, with this being said, what if Dr. M was related to the kill of Sly's dad? Now, he was involved in some way. He was involved from the inside, and Clockwerk from the outside decided to take revenge. That is just one fun fact that I decided to point here. But going back into Egypt, going back into time, why would a guy turn evil, and why would a guy chase down an entire generation? Although it looks like all roses and gardens, there is one thing. In the beginning of Sly 2, Sly says that Clockwerk was from a rival family. Now, Sly Common was a thief, so that, in a point of view, makes Clockwerk a thief. But there is two types of thief. There's a thief that steals from thieves, which is Sly's master thief family, and there's thieves that just steal for hurting people, like the Fetish Five, the Claw Gang, and other thieves in general. But there is one fun thing. Corrupted Pharaoh. What do you guys think is a corrupted Pharaoh? A corrupted government? Is that a thief? In my eyes, that's a thief, guys. So I'm going to bet that Clockwerk is still a part of the bloodline of the royal family, or even an advisor. He was from the castle and not from the streets. That is the theory I want to point out. Now, what do you guys think about this theory? If you like this theory, make sure you steal a like. And as always, leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments down below. And right before we end the video, one more thing.
Now's your only chance, Sly! You've got to get to his head and destroy it before his auto-reconstruct circuitry kicks in!
I am 7
What do you think of that? Flowers. Garden. In Egypt, it's all desert. The only place that can be a flower or a garden is in the castle. I'm going to leave the video at this, and I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure you chat with me in the comments and in the community, as well on Twitter. With this out of the way, I'm mulatosly, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.
Crazy sweet.